You're the winner. Hey Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend and from Rover's Computer Room, and welcome to this live stream for today. Before we start, I want you to please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. For today's live stream it's all about the signal broadcast of the stories, Spooky Day plus games and all, and for that, we will now be ready to start this live stream. So guys, before we start this live stream, we will all rise for the Philippine National Anthem and let's meet others now and let's tell the details. You're the Daswain here and I'm from the right lecture of the Cartwright Event Center and I'm your pretend friend. So guys, we will about to start the signal broadcast of the story, Spooky Days plus games and all recommended. So, are you ready? Guys, are you ready? Here, that's me here in pretend crowd here. Yeah, yes, we're ready. Yes. Yes, we're ready. Woohoo! All right, guys. Seems everyone is ready for today. We will now about to all rise for the Philippine National Anthem as grand opening of this live stream. Here, the Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. Be ready for this live stream for your today's event. Here, the Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. For today, we will about to start this live stream and this honorable of the signal broadcast with the signal server data mainframe. For this honorable occasion, we will about to begin this honorable occasion for today. This called the signal broadcast of the stories with the spooky day plus games and all was recommended. And for the live stream, for the sake of that, we are now beginning for this live stream. For honorables, we are now beginning for the live stream for today for our story and let us begin to share by others. And we will about to start this live stream. So all sit down and that the Philippine National Anthem of the opening is ended. A reader Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of the Cartwright Event Center. So guys, since we are done on the Philippine National Anthem, for our first story of answers for today is all about Lock Official card deck. So let me tell you and explain a story. So are you ready, guys? Here, Desmain here and I pretend crowd here. Yes, we're ready. We're ready as we can. Ready we go. Yeah, ready we go, guys. We're now present and we're ready. Yes, we're ready. Alright, guys, let's tell the first story. It's called The Lock Official. Once upon a time, Please wait, we're finding lock official. A radar Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend. We find lock official. Once upon a... So let me tell you a story about Robert Smith plays the lock official card. Let's begin. Once upon a time, Rover 308 plays lock official. And Rover 308 chooses teams. And Rover 308 starts to all green. Rover 308 says that they're not playing the 4 players. So when Rover 308 selects start, then Rover 308 said, alright guys, let's start. And everyone, the 4 players said, okay. And the first card was a skip. So Rover 308 let's go. And they aim the plastic. And then says, I continue. And reverse. And then Rover 308 let's continue. And the plus 5 card, Rover 308 says, aha, plus 5. And of course says skip you and Rover 308 and plus 2. And then when they play the card they skip. They put a skip. And once the skip ends, they put a plus 2 to this card and this player. Meaning that can throw to Rover 308 and Rover 308 says, oh no, curbs. And then Rover 308 says, fine, I discard the card. Then they put a plus 2. Then says, oh no, then you're on Rover 308 side. And then put on the 9. And then plus 2 says, yes, no. And then it says, official. Rover 308 says official. And Rover 308 says, oh no, why does Kirby be still plus 2? And then says, Rover 308, you skip. And then they discard the card. And reverse, that girl said. And reverse. And says 2. And the girl says, plus 2! You cheaty! And then Rover 308 will just go until the later. And then they throw plus 5 and says, no!
Official.
And it says, official. And the story ends. The end! Hooray! You're the Desmain, you're in the pretend crowd, hooray! Yes! The story is amazing! Yes! Oh! You're the Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. The story was amazing. Anyways, this is our first story. All green story faced cards. And then that's how we knowing about this. The end means it is finished. Alright guys, for our next story for today is MGD Where. Alright, let's see. Once upon a time, Rover 308 plays MGD Where and says, let's start MGD Where to the set to the 4 players. And Rover 308 said, ready? And the 4 players said, yeah. They discard. They call Earth. And the star means then blah. And then Rover 308 puts a 6, yes. And of course, and then play this card. And The story ends. The end. Wow, pretty impressive, guys. Pretty impressive. Yes. Alright, guys, you're just me here, and I'm your pretend friend. Just remember to enjoy this story for today. It's all about that MGD ware. Anyway, that's okay. Let's begin the original Log Official Duck story. Once upon a time, Roger starts a card game. The original Log Official card game. And Roger says, let's start! And the 5 players says, 4 players says, 3 players says, okay. Sorry. And then the first card was aimed to Roger, so +5. Oh no, Scarps! And then put a reverse. Skip! And then the 2 players was skipping viral, and then other ones reverse. And then +2, you scurp. And then reverse again. It says official. And then says 3. Reverse. The end. Here's the screen here. Pretend friend. It's viral. Pretend friend. Yes, it's viral. Again, it is perfect. Alright. A reader that's main here, and I'm your pretend friend. At the card right left turn of events and the right left turn. So anyways, since Robert just it has 3 strikes of loses, anyways, you know that what means. When win or lose, it is still fine. Maybe because we better luck next time. Anyway, that's all for Log Official because Robert Jesuit is a beast. What Robert Jesuit is still a bit of brainiac or something. Anyway, this is how we knowing about it. Anyway, I want you to enjoy about this. Now Robert Jesuit get wins on the last live stream. Anyway, let's begin for our next thing. So a reader that's main here, and I'm your pretend friend. So since we are done on the Log Official, so when Robert Jesuit gets 3 strikes, you remember what? Because Robert Jesuit said, you remember the song? So let us play What Makes Us Happy, What Makes Us Sad. Or just like us, When the Engine is Happy or When the Engine is Sad from Thomas and Friends. A radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the right left turn of Cartridge Event Center. Since we're done what makes us happy or what makes us sad, we will move on to our next signal broadcast of the stories with the Spooky Man plus games and all. For our thing for today is all about for today's special. We will now on to moving on to our thing. So now we are now moving on to our thing. There we knowing about this. So they check out for today. So now we are now moving on to Borealis Elevators collection. We'll meet Irreader Desmain and let's explain the story. Hey Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend for today. Let's explain about the story of Rover Triceratops riding an elevator. Once upon a time, there was Rover Triceratops wants to ride on the elevator, and Rover Triceratops wanted to pick a floor. And Rover Triceratops is going up and said to the elevator operator, Aaron Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. I'm the elevator operator. What floor do you want? Rover Triceratops says 40. And your Desmain presses the 40th button. And the elevator is going up to the 40 button. And then Rover Triceratops says, alright, we're going up to the 40th floor. And the elevator suddenly will go up to the 40th floor. And the elevator is going up to the 14th floor. Once the elevator is going up to the 14th floor, well, we wait for the elevator to come onto the top of the floor. And here the elevator operator says, you're near the topest floor, so have fun. And your Desmain elevator operator said that. And Roger says, alright. Thank you, your Desmain, the elevator operator. And your Desmain, the elevator operator says, you're welcome! And then now, that's how we knowing about it. That's how the story of Rover Triceratops goes up to the elevator. A Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend for today. So that's how a story of Rover Triceratops going up to the elevator. Now, you remember this? That's the elevator for today. And for our thing, now, so our elevator song for today. We will know about that elevator song in that way. Because that's our Borealis elevator collection. Here, the Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. So now, we will about to sing a song. So today, we will know about the elevator rules and regulations. We have elevator safeties.
As you go from day to day, looking for a better way, and you think you've got it all under control. So you bend the rules a bit as you try to make things fit, but you know you should be doing as you're told. Although sometimes you'll find it so hard, and the wrong way may seem easier. It doesn't matter who you are, obey the rules and you'll go far. We all live by rules and regulations now. Isn't it a bore? Isn't it a chore? Sometimes it's so hard remembering all those strict rules, codes, laws, all the stipulations, rules and regulations now. is right and there is wrong, and the rules help you along, and they're really only there for your protection. Although sometimes you'll find it so hard, and the wrong way may seem easier, it doesn't matter who you are. Obey the rules and you'll go far. You'll go far. We all live by rules and regulations. Rules and regulations now. Isn't it a bore? Isn't it a chore? Sometimes it's so hard remembering all those strict rules, codes, laws, all the stipulations, rules and regulations now. But without those rules and regulations, where would we be now? One more time. We all live by rules and regulations, rules and regulations now. Isn't it a bore? Isn't it a chore? Sometimes it's so hard remembering all those strict rules, codes, laws, all the stipulations, rules and regulations now. But without those rules and regulations, where would we be now?
A reader Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. Since this broadcasting was here for advisable things, we are now advising that elevator has rules and regulations. The story is ended because elevator has rules. When elevator is in earthquake, please do not use the elevator. That's the rules. And please, if you're stuck on the elevator, that's the rules. Do not leave the doors open. Wait, press the emergency button until your help arrives. That's how of the elevator rules and regulations with it. Right, everyone? Do you understand? Eric Desmanier and I'm your pretend brother. Yes, yes, yes. Yahoo! Woohoo! Yes, we understand it. Yes, we understand. Yes, we're understanding it. Elevator has rules and regulations. It vary because there we go. With the elevator rules and regulations, there's elevator rules and regulations too. If we don't, elevator must be in trouble if we don't have rules and regulations. So always follow the rules and please do not tamper with it. And that's all for the borderless elevator collection. A reader Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and seems the live stream is about here, and this is us where it's rainy day or so because there we go, we have our thing that this live stream is enjoyable and enjoy. So anyways, Irido Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the left turn of the event center in the Mansion of Wonder in Roblox. So anyways, there we go. Seems that is happening on there. There we go. We always know about it in this thing. It's very and it's good. So anyways, since we are done here now, we are now moving on to our thing. We're now moving on to our story of our dare, and let me introduce you first the Sims 4 characters. Let's introduce them. Here to Desmain here now, I'm your pretend friend. Let's introduce all of the Sims 4 characters what Rover made. Let's introduce them. A Reader Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at The Sims 4 Mission Control. And I'm your pretend friend at The Sims 4 Mission Control in the living room. So let me introduce you the characters. We got your Reader Desmain Maggie, Rover Blumbles, Rover Daniel, your Desmain, and your Desmain Boy, and Dada Dada. Those are the characters we're using for today. So everyone, in our story for today, for example, so there's the story of The Sims. Once upon a time, it is a normal day in The Sims. With your Desmain main was getting a baby to prepare. And of course, they are doing some another things, eating and drinking. And they walk around and inspecting Robert's laboratory and everything. This is only example story, so the end. So anyways, we give you an introducing you of these characters. We got the signal server data mainframe with the only and one observatory. This is how we knowing about it, and this is why we knowing it. So guys, this is why we only assure that we assume we enjoy this Sim 4 things, and thank you and enjoy. A Raider Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the Cartwright Event Center at the right lecture. So since we are done on the Sims 4, this is only assumed that we know about the Sims 4 characters. So this is only explanatory. So guys, this is how we know it. So we enjoy this live broadcast, and we wish you enjoy well in this rainy season of the live broadcast. So this broadcasting is continued and enjoyable, and we enjoy this. So now, are you ready to move on to the next stories? Single broadcast of the stories. You're the Swinner and I'm your pretend crowd here, and yes! You're the Swinner and I'm your pretend crowd here, yes, yes. Let's move on to the next story, yes! You're the Swinner and I'm the pretend crowd friend. Yes, woohoo, yes! So since we said yes, we are now moving on to our next story. So now we will about to move on to our thing with the thing. So now for our thing, we are now moving on to the Robloxian Church. A Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at Robloxian Church in Inside. So today we will tell you about the story of Radar Desmain and friends going to the church. Our pretend friends for today. Once upon a time, Radar Desmain and his friends going to the church. And Radar Desmain all said, yes, yes, yes. They go inside the church. Once Radar Desmain and his friends go into the church, and Roger started to pray. And Irdaswain and his friends started to pray to the church because of the worship place. And they said to God, because God is the best. So now in this church, after they pray, Irdaswain and his friends and Robert Chisrate was going out on the church. Then we are knowing about this, and we started going out of the church, and they done praying. This is only a short story of the church. The end. So now, since we done in the Lock Official and the Bore Release Elevator Collection short stories, those two of them were in short stories. So anyways, we will about to sing the worship songs of God. My soul finds rest.
finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock, my salvation, my fortress. I shall never be afraid. I shall never be afraid. My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock, my salvation, my fortress. I shall never be afraid. I shall never be afraid. Trust in Him at all times, O people of God. Pour out your hearts to Him. He is our refuge and He is our hope. My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock, my salvation, my fortress. I shall never be afraid. I shall never be afraid. Rest your heart not in riches, nor honor of the world. Wait out with the heart of God. These blow to nothingness, vanish like breath. My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock, my salvation, my fortress. I shall never be afraid. I shall never be afraid. You yourself, Lord, have said, I am your strength. I am your deliverer, loving and merciful Father of all. My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock, my salvation, my fortress. I shall never be afraid. I shall never be afraid.
Hey reader, Desmond here and I'm your pretend friend. Since we are now done on the church of the stories, they go to church to pray because church is a place of worship. So anyways, that's all the short story. Anyway, let's go now to else. Somewhere else in the world. Oh, sorry. Hey reader, Desmond here and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of the Cartwright Event Center. Since we're done in the Church of Roblox, we are now enjoying this today and we are now going for our next story. So now, since we have introducing the short story about this church, they are now going on to our next story for today. For our next story for today, Irdasmin here and I'm your pretend friend. So now for our next story today, we are now going on to our next story in the Roblox. Please wait as we're finding the game. For our next story for today is Robert Street Goes to Great Vehicle Driving Ride. Ready? Here does mean here and I'm a pretend crowd. Yes, we're ready, kids. We're ready. Y'all ready? Yes. We're ready. Anyway, let's begin the story. Hey Raider, that's Main here, and I'm your pretend friend at the Great Vehicle Driving Ride is now loading. Here, that's Main here, and I'm your pretend friend, and the Great Vehicle Driving Ride is now loading. So let's begin for our story for today, and we're paving Great Vehicle Driving Ride. We're loading our models. Please wait. Anyway, let's begin the story now. Raider, that's Main here, and I'm your pretend friend, and let us begin the story of Rover Crusade Goes to the Great Vehicle Driving Ride. Once upon a time, Rover Crusade was going into Great Vehicle Driving Ride. And in the meantime, Rover Crusade wants to go to the Great Vehicle Driving Ride to test ride. And Rover Crusade says, "Oh yes, what a nice ride to do! What a nice ride to do, and let's ride the Twist and Shout." The Twist and Shout second. When Rover Crusade rides to the Twist and Shout second, we will wait for the queue. And they wait for the queue to arrive in. Once again, they waited at the queue for the Twist and Shout second to come. And Roger says, "Oh no, I saw a Twist and Shout second." And you're just me here, and I'm your pretend friend. The crowds went screaming and says, "Wee!" And then they come out, and then with the explosion come. In the meantime, Roger was riding now the Twist and Shout second. And Roger says, "Oh no, we're riding to the Twist and Shout!" And in the meantime, the Twist and Shout is going up. The second Twist and Shout is going up, and Roger tries it. Then, after that, Rover Crusade went screaming, says, "Oh no, we're going down! Yahoo!" And Rover Crusade was going down in that Twist and Shout second. That's how you know it. Rover Crusade says, "Yes, woohoo!" And you're Desmond here, and I'm your pretend friend at the near of Great Vehicle Driving Ride guest spawner. So now, Rover Crusade goes up, says, "Oh no, here we come the fears!" But Rover Crusade isn't fear. Rover Crusade has fearless to come. I bet fearless Rover Crusade. And then, Rover Crusade says, "Wee-hoo!" Rover Crusade says, "Oh no, bombs! Boo-hoo!" And the bomb exploded, and that's all. Twist and Shout second. The Rover Crusade says, "Wow, it was fun. It's not dizzy at all." And then in the meantime, Rover Crusade was going for our next ride in the Great Vehicle Driving Ride. And then now, Rover Crusade was going to our next ride. Alright, Rover Crusade says, let me think of what rides Great Vehicle Driving Ride have. And Rover Crusade's riding next ride. It's called Madel Pier. Rover Crusade suddenly goes to Madel Pier. And Rover Crusade says, "Madel Pier, here we come." And Rover Crusade goes to Madel Pier at all. And Rover Chisrate says, yes, we're riding to Madelphir. And Rover Chisrate sits down on it and let's begin. When Rover Chisrate goes to the Madelphir and Rover Chisrate says, yes, we're going, I'm fearless. But Rover Chisrate was fear before. And Rover Chisrate was sore fear. He says, oh no, but I'm fearless. And Rover Chisrate says, whee! When the roller coaster is going down, but it's flight. And Rover Chisrate says again, woohoo! Madelphir! Woohoo! Then Rover Chisrate was soaring into Madelphir. And then Rover Chisrate says again, Rover Chisrate says, wee! Yes, go down and fearless! Yes! Woohoo! Wow! Rover Chisrate screaming like a baby. And Rover Chisrate goes down and screaming like a baby. So the Madelphir is now on fast speed. And the Madelphir was stopped. The end. And Rover Chisrate says, go out and says, Rover Chisrate says, whoa, I like Madelphir in this great vehicle driving ride. And here to Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at near the Great Vehicle Driving Ride spawner in the blue. I'm too far away with Rover Chisrate still on the radar, so Rover Chisrate says, yes, it's good. And then now, Rover Chisrate was going into next ride in the Great Vehicle Driving Ride. So now, Rover Chisrate must ride some few rides before the fireworks or so. And Rover Chisrate is riding in the next ride. And Rover Chisrate goes to our next ride. And the Nestor look room was there. Alright, Rover Chisrate. Alright, that's me near I'm a pretend friend, but I'm too far away from the Great Vehicle Driving Ride near Rover Chisrate radar. I'm the blue spawn. So now, in the meantime, Rover Chisrate wants to ride Corkstream Amalia. And then now, Rover Chisrate was riding there and says, alright, I'm fearless, let's ride the Corkstream Amalia. And then Rover Chisrate says, yahoo! But Rover Chisrate was screaming like a baby again. And Rover Chisrate was screaming, oh my god! But Rover Chisrate says, it's fearless. You can do this, Rover Chisrate. And Rover Chisrate said by itself. And Rover Chisrate says, whee! Yahoo! And Rover Chisrate was screaming like a baby. And then now, Rover Chisrate was going up on it and says, wahoo! Alright! And then Rover Chisrate was going up now and it says, woohoo! Yes, yes! And Rover Chisrate was suddenly screaming. And Rover Chisrate likes the Corkstream Amalia. Rover Chisrate says, yes, we're going up! We're going up! We're going up! And Rover Chisrate suddenly screaming like a baby says, wahoo! Corkstream Amalia! Woohoo! And then Rover Chisrate screaming like a baby and yahoo! And then the ride stopped and Rover Chisrate put it out of the ride. And then after this is a long story. So next, Rover Chisrate suddenly goes to ride on the Ferris wheel. Okay, but no. So next, Rover Chisrate was riding on the next ride. For Rover Chisrate's ride next, Rover Chisrate goes to trip type with Amalia. It's filtered because Rover Chisrate goes to trip type with Amalia and Rover Chisrate says, we're waiting. Because because the ride is occupied and we're waiting in a queue. And we waited on the trip and Rover Chisrate waited on the trip type with Amalia. And then now, we are waiting. Then the girl says, yes, it's okay. Roach says, yes, we're riding trip time with Amalia, woohoo! And Roach says, we're fearless, fearless. And Roach likes to ride in the trip time with Amalia. Roach suddenly screaming like says, woohoo, trip time with Amalia! But Roach is fearless and screaming like a baby and says, ah, trip time with Amalia! And Robert is suddenly screaming with the trip time with Amalia, and the ride is better. And Robert suddenly goes down on the trip time with Amalia, and that's all for today. Now, this chat is filtered, it's called Vintage Bus Go. So this is why you know it about this. Because sorry for the filtered ways. Anyways, that's all. And let's go to the next ride. Roach says, let's go to the next ride. And Roach chose a ride for them. And then Roach must ride a few rides or so before the fireworks. Now, Roach was next ride is called, I'm not sure this is filtered. It's called Scream Time. And Robert was riding into that filtered text. So anyways, Robert was there to sit down. And Robert says, yes, we're riding! Woohoo! Robert was completely fearless. Here, main here, and I'm your pretend friend at the blue circle spawner great vehicle drive right. Robert is far, and I'm your pretend friend. So now, Robert says, yes, I'm fearless! Robert says, ah! Screaming like a baby, but Robert says, no, Robert you can do this. But Robert is fearless. Now, or sorry, I'm fearless. Now Robert says, yes, you're fearless. Woo, yeah, woohoo! And then now Robert says, yahoo! And then speeding up, yahoo! And Robert says, yahoo! The ride has suddenly stopped. And Roger says, whoa! And everyone says, well, be guilty, for sure. And anyways, and that's all for the story of Great Vehicle Driving Ride. Roger rides all rides. Anyways, let's meet others now. Hey Raider, that's Main here, and I'm your pretend friend, and hi, I'm going to grab a detonator, and let's fireworks, and look up to the sky! Fireworks! Let's sing a song, and let's begin the fireworks show. Today is night, and let's begin. Da 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 da. Radar, train signal, and signal server data, frame, and great vehicle driving ride is bad. Oh, radar, all that says more, no more. Signal server data, frame, and great vehicle driving ride is bad. A radar he has made. Great vehicle driving ride is best. Great vehicle driving ride won't end. Because great vehicle driving ride is permanently, and great vehicle driving ride never changes. Great vehicle driving ride is never change forever. Because great vehicle driving ride is still there. We won't end. Great vehicle driving ride is still the best. 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 It's still the best and won't never end. Because great vehicle driving ride is there. Here, this train here, I'm a pretend friend, and Great vehicle driving ride is the best. Look up to the sky. The detonator comes. Great vehicle driving ride is the best. Hey Raider, that's main here and I'm your pretend friend and I press the detonator remote wirelessly. Now great vehicle driving rides won't never end. And the story is over. The end. Hey Raider, that's me here and I'm your pretend crowd driving. Hooray! Woo! Yes! Yahoo! Woohoo! Alright. Now Great Vehicle Driving Ride story is now adjourned. Anyway, our church story is our short story of the religion. And anyways, that's all of today. A Radar Desmain here. Oh, sorry. A Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. So, anyways, since we are done on the Great Vehicle Driving Ride stories, today I want you to introduce you to that next thing. So, now, well, we are now ready to introduce now for our next thing. So now, we will now press the detonator to introduce you today's special song. It is called for today's special song. We will about to move on to Enchanted Kingdom Roblox. Let's begin every day, Enchanted Kingdom, and I'll press the detonator remote. And are you ready? Enchanted Kingdom every day. Here the screen here, and I'm a pretend crowd here, and yes! Woo! Yes! Yahoo! Yay! Woohoo! Here the screen Lala here, and yes! Woo! We're ready! Yes! Alright, here the dustbin here, and I'm your pretend friend, and detonator button remote wirelessly connected to all, and press, let's go! Detonator, look up to the sky! Yay! Look up to the sky, everyone! Fire! Yeah! Make a wish and look up to the sky! Woo! EK every day. A Raider Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend. We are now introducing the stories of Enchanted Kingdom. A Raider Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of Archway Event Center. Before we start, we will need to follow the rules. We will about to understand the rules first before we enter. And before we start the server of the Signal Server Data mainframe, please, for your safety, do not please use any exploiters or the cheats or the hacks because of the Signal Server Data mainframe. The glitches of abusing is incorrect, and it could lead to Signal Server Data mainframe was broken. Please do not troll other players or ear the death raid. As well, the broken script was there. And number 4, be kind and have fun. And if you break these rules, then someone will gonna happen and will gonna be broken. A Radar Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend for today. So now, we are now ready for story of EK. Once upon a time. Once upon a time, Iridar Desmain and his friends going to the AK, and Iridar Desmain's for those that pretend friends says, yes, we're riding for our first ride. For our first ride is called the thing. And once upon a time, Iridar Desmain and his friends are going to the anchors away and says, okay, we're riding. Once they enter the queue, says, Iridar Desmain and his friends says, okay. You're just me here and I'm a pretend friend and I can roam anything and I'm not staying hung as answered. So now we're now ready. And once again here the Desmain and his friends are going to the ride. Once again here Desmain and his friends says, yes, we're riding anchors away. Yes. Meanwhile, once here the Desmain and his friends and other here the Desmain pretend friends says, we're riding. And your Desmains for those who ride on anchors away says, woohoo! Anchors away is moving! And is screaming like a baby. Your Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend that near the elder statue. And once again, anchors away is moving and says, yahoo! We're screaming! Yes! And your Desmain and his friend says, yahoo! We're screaming! Yahoo! Anchors away! Woo! Yahoo! And your Desmain and his friends and those who ride in the anchors away says, yahoo! Ah! And they scream like a baby, scream in terror because anchors away is still moving. And then the ride will stop soon in that meantime. And your Desmain and his friend says, woo! Yahoo! Yes! Yahoo! Oh, yahoo! Lee! She's! Woohoo! Woohoo! Yay! Yahoo! And then in the meantime, anchors away stop. And once in the meantime says, here Desmain and his friend says, here Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend. And that's all for today. And yes, we're dizzy. And other said of here Desmain, other says, it's so dizzy. And then now, whatsoever, they go out on the ankles away. And of course today, and the meantime, they was there and they were there. Here Desmond and his friends rided into the disco magic. Or sorry, because the I love EK. So now here Desmond and his friends are ready to dance and to go now and explore more rides. This is only a short story. Here Desmond here and I'm your pretend friend. And that's all for today. And that's all. The story is now adjourned. I love EK.
Let's go to Enchanted Kingdom. EK, where the magic happens all around me. With rides that thrill throughout the year. Make way, it's a fun-filled day right here at EK. I love EK. I love EK. With my family and friends, the fun will never ever end. I love EK. I love EK. So much to do, so much to see, and happy people saying EK, I love you. Let's go to Enchanted Kingdom. EK, see the smiles and feel the joy surround me. Let's take a ride, soar through the Enchanted, pleased to meet you here at EK. I love EK. I love EK. With my family and friends, the fun will never ever end. I love EK. I love EK. So much to do, so much to see, and happy people saying EK, I love you. EK, I love you. EK, I love you. Enchanted Kingdom, I love you.
Hey Radar Desmond here and I'm your pretend friend and that's all for I Love Enchanted Kingdom. The end. This story is now the end of the Enchanted Kingdom we're going on. So anyways, we are now moving on to the next king. Hey Radar Desmond here and I'm your pretend friend and on the right side of the lectern of Cartridge Event Center. So now, we're now ready to move on to our next story. Everyone, clap your hands and we enjoy. Here Desmond, hooray! Yes! Your pretend crawler, hooray! Yes! Yes, let's go! Woohoo! Now we're going on! Hooray! Here, Desmond here, and I'm your pretend friend, and we're now moving on to Aqualina Water Park. Aqualina Park Aquatica. Now we are now moving on to Aqualina Water Park. That's in the chat box on the top. Sorry guys. Now anyway, let's go. Aqualina Park Aquatic. Aqualiana, sorry. music for Aqualina Park Aquatic. In the meantime, Rover 28 wants to tour, but Rover just says, we're not swimming. And Rover 28 gives a tour. Once upon a time, Rover 28 gives a tour on the Aqualina Water Park, and Rover 28 says, oh look, there's the water slide and the diving board. And look at this, we're near on this slide. And Rover 28 says, wow, the giant water slide. And there's lots to do. Rover 28 says, oh yes, we're exploring today. And Rover 28 says, wow, this must be the way to beach. Wow, beach is cool. And Rover 28 says, oh yes, let's go to the water slide. Oh, but I don't need to swim because I'm going to get sick. Now Rover 28 says, going to the another Aqualina Water Park. And Rover 28 was suddenly going on there. Rover 28 wants to go to the inflatable park, but Rover 28 says, no way, I will not swim first. And look, Rover 28 says, and look, there's a water park. We got slides and more things to do. It's so much fun to explore. And Rover 28, in the meanwhile, Rover 28 was going to the shop and said, you're the screen here and I'm your protector at the shop. Cookie please. But Rover 28 says, oh sorry, don't have points. Anyway, go soon. And Rover 28 says, okay, let's enjoy. Here to the screen here and I'm your pretend friend, and that's all for today of the story. Here to the screen here and I'm your pretend friend, and that's all once again. That's all for the story. And this is only a short story. Rover 28 explores Aqualina Water Park. Aqualiana Water Park or Aqualiana Park Aquatic. Oh, sorry. Anyways, morning has broken for that.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the red garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word.
A Raider Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. This story is the end. Rover Tuesday explores the Aqualina Water Park. Let's go to our next thing. A Raider Desmain here. Oh, sorry. A Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of Cartwright Event Center. So now, we are now moving on to our next thing for today. This is why we are always knowing about these things, and this is what we knowing about this. And then now, we are now moving on to our next story for today's in this season. We are now moving on to the Platinum headquarters. A Radar Desmain here, and I'm in the pretend friend, and I'm in the right lectern of the Cartwright Event Center. Please wait as we're loading the Platinum HQ. So now we will about to load the signal. Please wait for the signal server data mainframe and the broadcasting to load the Platinum HQ. Thank you for your advice, everyone. Oh, there we go. A Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the Platinum HQ near the parking. So now we will about to begin the story first. Now for our story for today in Platinum HQ is Rover Chisrate tries an elevator in Platinum HQ. Once upon a time, Rover Chisrate walks to the Platinum headquarters, and Rover Chisrate says, "Yahoo!" And then Rover Chisrate went walking into Platinum HQ. And then now Rover Chisrate walks inside the Platinum HQ. So the old one of Platinum HQ was there is the escalator and the logo. And the new one is here. And Rover Chisrate says, "Yes, I like the new, but the old one is still there. You're still the same." And Rover Chisrate says, "All right, let's go to the upper ground." And Rover Chisrate was going to the upper ground. And Rover Chisrate says, "Yes, we're going." And the Platinum headquarters announcer elevator car says, "We're going up to upper ground floor. And Roger says, yes, we're waiting to go to upper ground.
Upper ground floor.
And the Platinum HQ announcement floor says upper ground floor.
Doors opening.
And then doors open. And Roger says,
Elevator
yes,
A2.
we're playing an arcade. And Roger said spend 6 credits. And Roger said says, yes, we're playing arcade. Let's stop. Stop for it. Stop. Stop. 20 tickets. Woohoo! And Roger says 20 tickets. Woohoo! And then now, in the meantime, alright, you're Tasmania here, and I'm your pretend friend that near on the ground of the parking of Platinum HQ, and I'm still far with Roger Street on the radar. And Roger says spends arcade. And Roger says, oh, leave free credit. And Roger says, fire! And Roger says getting 2 tickets for a while. And Roger says another. Oh, 2 tickets again. And Roger says, oh, 2 tickets. And Roger says keep rolling, keep rolling. And Roger said was. And Roger says, oh yes, we're winning. Winning 10 tickets. And Roger says, yahoo, yahoo. And then in the meanwhile, Roger said goes back up to the stairs. And Roger said goes to the Platinum HQ floor deck. And Roger said let's ride an elevator again to the ground. And then Roger said goes up down to the floors of Platinum HQ says Roger said wants to go to the ground. And Roger said says
going down.
whoa, we're riding
Doors
to the elevator,
closing.
but the
Doors
Platinum
opening.
HQ announcer of the elevator
Elevator
says
B1
going down.
Doors closing.
In the olden days, the Platinum HQ was there weekly. If it is Thursday. In the olden days, but in the newest days, there no.
Ground
So
floor.
in the meanwhile, Roger Street was going down to the ground floor, and Roger Street
Doors
said,
opening.
yes, but the elevator
Elevator
announcer
B1
greeted
going
him. Doors open, doors close. Anyway, that's how of the story is advised. For the story of there, we know about it. Here to Tasmania, and I'm your pretend friend for today. And now, we're now moving on to our That's What Friends Are For. Let us all rise and let's sing That's What Friends Are For. Everyone, all rise. Here to and everyone say hooray. Here to Tasmania, pretend friend here. Hooray! Yes! That's what friends are for. Platinum HQ, you're still the same.
When you think life's unfair,
Sorry, Platinum HQ, you're still
and
the
you
same.
feel nobody cares, don't be afraid to open the door. Then you'll find you're not alone anymore. Sometimes there's rainy days, you may need help along the way. Do not despair, you know we'll be there. That's what friends are for. sad in our hearts. Wherever we stray, remember this day. Friends together, forever we stay.
Irreader Dasmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. Platinum HQ, you're still the same! Irreader Dasmain, hooray! Hey, I'm your pretend brother, hooray! Yes! Oh! Irreader Dasmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. And now let's sing the song Platinum Headquarters, you're still the same! We ring the bell and ring the bell. Platinum Headquarters, you're still the same. Platinum Headquarters, you're still the same. Irreader Dasmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. Once again, we are now moving on to Quest Corp HQ for the time. Irreader Dasmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and welcome to the Quest Corp HQ. For our story for today is Rover Tricerate rides an express elevator. Once upon a time, Rover Tricerate rides an express elevator and presses the button. And Rover Tricerate says, "We're waiting for the express elevator to come." And then now, in the meantime, the express elevator will wait for going down. And the other player wanted to ride too. And Roger says, "Let's go to the rooftop." And Blair says, "Oh, others are rooftop or so. I'll go." And they waited for the express elevator to come. In the meantime, the express elevator was waiting too long. And the express elevator was waiting. And Roger says, "Oh my gosh, we're so overcrowded in the express elevator." And then now, in the meantime, all players overcrowd that express elevator. And then now, sometimes we are waiting for the express elevator to arrive. The express elevator wouldn't arrive because they waited too long, and then the other players suddenly go away. But now, Roach says and presses spam on the button. "Express elevator, please arrive!" And sometimes the express elevator will arrive soon. But now, I see the express elevator. But now, the express elevator is going down for a while and for a bit. And we waited now, and the other player says, "I'm going to other floor." And Roger says, "Rooftop or so." And Roger says, "We're going on the rooftop," and the express elevator arrives. And Roger says, "Goes to the rooftop." In the meantime, when the express elevator arrives, all players choose their floor, And then the express elevator is about to arrive. Luckily, players choose the rooftop or so, and the express elevator was ready. And the elevator operator is sleeping, so that cannot operate, and they must press manually. So on the sign, write it. Air to main here, and I will pretend friend of the nearest Quest Corp HQ doors, and Roaches says, we're going up! And the other girl says, yeah, we're going to random floor, so. Anyway, the express elevator went going up and chosen the right floor. And then there's your main in these priorities. But now those priorities went into the 10th floor. And the pretend friends of here main going to by teleport or so. And the express elevator was going next into the next floor, in floor 50. And your main and the priorities went go through. And then now, after some time, the express elevator was going now to rooftop. And the express elevator was going up to the rooftop, so. The express elevator doors closing and Roaches says, let's go to the rooftop, woohoo! And the express elevator went to the rooftop. Once Roaches arrives to the rooftop, Roaches was going now. And see, oh wait, Roaches says, oh, I saw your mains on the top of Quest Corp HQ. That would be the main. And Roaches goes to the motor room cafe to fix the programs of your main and the signal server data mainframe. He fixed the fixing motor and all. And then Roaches was happy there, and now Roaches was already fixed. And Roaches was needed to go down to the stairs to go to the other and scan their keycard. And scan their keycard in that tap. Tapping keycards is so much fun. But the elevator went malfunction, and Roaches goes to the stairs again, tap with his keycard and then access. But in Circle Elevator, Roaches cannot access when Roaches taps his keycard. Because keycard is only for staff. Keycard have a microchip to open it. Without the microchip, keycard will be signal low. But with the microchip, signal high of the keycard. And Roaches says, let's go to the ground. Ground. And Roaches suddenly goes down to the ground floor. Ground floor, here we come. And then Roaches was going down, and Roaches was going down, and Roaches says, I'm just going to the ground floor. Ground floor, here we come. Ground floor. And then tap with his keycard again. And Roaches says, I'm tired now to go up and down. And that's all. Hey, reader, that's main here, and I'm your pretend friend, and that's all for the story for today in the Quest Corp HQ. So guys, we all sit down now for our thing. So now we all know we are sit down. Sorry, we forgot. But anyways, we said all sit down to our ushers in our seats. Ushers in our seats says all sit down. Sorry, we forgot all sit down. Anyway, let's go. So anyways, here to the main here, and I'm your pretend friend. So today is Spooky Month. We will about to sing the skeleton dance. Let us all rise for the skeleton dance. Are you ready, crowd? Here to the main here, and I'm your pretend friend. Yes! Woo! Yes, the skeleton dance. Skeleton. Woo! Skeleton.
Everyone dance! Dancing bones and bones and bones and dancing bones and bones and bones and dancing bones, doing skeleton dance.
The foot bone's connected to the leg bone's connected to the knee bone's connected to the thigh bone, doing the skeleton dance. The thigh bone's connected to the hip bone's connected to the backbone's connected to the neck bone, doing the skeleton dance. Shake your hands to the left. Shake your hands to the right. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands out of sight. Shake your hands to the left. Shake your hands to the right. Put your hands in the air. Wiggle, 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 wiggle your knees. Dim bones, dim bones, dim, dancing bones, dim bones, dim bones, dim, dancing bones, dim bones, dim bones, dim, dancing bones, doing the skeleton dance.
Aerator Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. All sit down. And then now let me explain you about the Quest Corp HQ. The Quest Corp HQ is a full of place where all players enjoying for this time. So now, Quest Corp HQ was set in the facts and opinions already. So now, on our previous live stream. So, Aerator Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend that's near the Quest Corp HQ doors at outside. Anyways, we are now enjoying about it. So now, we are explaining for today's Quest Corp HQ was said already in the facts and opinions, and we know that. So anyways, the Boreal Elevator collection will be soon or so. Boreal Elevator collection was a fun place to visit with lots of collection of lips. So now, we said already, we don't say in the facts and opinions. So anyways, we are now moving on to our next thing for today. It's all about for our next thing. Please remain standing. Please all rise for our thing. For accidents will happen, and let's dance and follow the steps. Accidents will happen.
It's a life of happiness, but sometimes impatience can lead to carelessness. Some think they are smart cats and some just know it all, but sooner or later we all find out that accidents happen now and again, just when you least expect, just when you think that life is okay, fate comes to collect. Accidents happen now and again, when people or trains get smart. If you don't concentrate on the thing that you're doing, accidents will happen just like that. Your best laid plans can turn upside down if you get too confident. Sometimes you will slip and slide if that's Lady Luck's intent. 1 minute you're running hard, the next you're on the ground. But please remember, whatever the weather, you must take care, 'cause accidents happen now and again, sometimes just by chance. You gotta pick yourself up and dust yourself down, put it down to experience. Accidents happen now and again, just don't take it all too hard. If you don't concentrate on the thing that you're doing, accidents will happen just like that. The warning signs are there for us to see most of the time, but sometimes we take chances, ignore the danger signs. Fate can surprise you with no reason or rhyme. Make sure you learn your lesson, you'll know better next time. Accidents happen now and again, just when you least expect, just when you think that life is okay, fate comes to collect. Accidents happen now and again, when people or trains get smart. If you don't concentrate on the thing that you're doing, accidents will happen just like that. Accidents happen that you're doing, whatever you're doing, is not what you're thinking. Accidents, incidents, accidents happen just like that.
Hey Raider, that's Main here and I'm your pretend friend. And that's all for today of the Quest Corp HQ. We know that we explain in facts and opinions, right? Hey, that's Main here and I'm your pretend Roger, yes! That's all of Quest Corp HQ. Hey Raider, that's Main here and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of Cartwright Event Center. In this story for our thing, we will know about our ways we came from. And this is how we knowing about it for today. This is why we knowing about this, and this is why we knowing about that. And that's why we enjoying about this. Right? That's Main here and I'm your pretend Roger, yeah! Of course, there we go. We know about it, so this is why we always enjoying about this live stream for today. Right? Right, everyone? We enjoy this live stream. Here, Desmond here and Pretend Crowd here. Yes, yes. We always enjoy this live stream. Yeah, woo! Here, Desmond here and Pretend Crowd here. Yes. Alright, guys. Now we always know about the stories for today. We are knowing about the stories for our special occasion for today. We are knowing about the thing is advisable, we enjoying about it, and this is why we knowing about it. We will about to enjoy this special occasion for today. In the aerobatic flying skydive helicopter. We are now moving on to our next story for today. It's called aerobatic flying skydive helicopter. Oh no. So now we are now moving on to our next story for today. It's called Pilot Training Flight Simulator. Let us begin the story. Please wait as we're loading. Hey Raider, Desmain here and I'm your pretend friend that's near the gate 8 stand counter on the right side. We will now about to begin the Pilot Training Flight Simulator story. It's called Raider Desmain and his friends are going on the flight. Let us begin the story for today. Is introducing for our plane we will going to do and be ready for our story for today. For our story for today is Airbus A350 was there with the Qatar Airways was there and arrived at it. And we are now ready to begin this story for today, and let us begin the story of PPSS story. And then now be ready for beginning of the story for today. It's all about the BTFS pilot training flight simulator. So now we are now beginning at the story for today. It's all about the BTFS or the pilot training flight simulator. Anyway, let us begin the story. Once upon, are you ready? You're listening here, and I'm your pretend crowd here. Yes! Oh, we're ready. Yes, we're in the lecture. Yes. Alright, let me explain you. Once upon a time, Irritor Desmane and his friends are waited at the gate 8. And Irritor Desmane, the gate waiter at the 8 says, ding, 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 ding! Attention, Irritor Desmane here, and I'm your pretend friend, and the gate waiter here. Attention everyone, this gate 8 flight Qatar Airways flight 1623 is now boarded to Greater Rockford International Airport. Please go to the gate 8 immediately. Ding, 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 ding. And your Desmane and his friends says, that's us. And your Desmane and his friends are preparing for the immediate boarding. And once everyone get to the plane and says, your Desmane and his friends says, we're chosen first class. And the others one chose economy. But now, sometimes everyone is getting in and then waiting in the plane. And then everyone was full at gate 8 because it's boarded to Greater Rockford International Airport. In the meantime, Air Desmane, the co-pilot, says, Air Desmane here and I'm your pretend co-pilot. So now, ATC is now okay. We're set to Greater Rockford International Airport and we're taking off. And the ATC man says, okay, Air Desmane here and I'm your pretend friend at the ATC, or in International Airport. You may now clear for takeoff at the Greater Rockford International Airport. You may clear for takeoff. And Roger says, the captain says, okay. And then now, once everyone is boarded, and Roger says, the captain says, ding! And everyone, please fasten your seatbelts because the seatbelt sign light is turned on. We are now boarding to Greater Rockford International Airport, so please hold it tight and we are now ready. The cabin doors are now preparing to close and we are now ready to take off. Once the cabin crew tells the safety first before takeoff, Air Desmane the pretend cart was pushed back now. And the cabin crew says, we're now giving a safety. And once the cabin crew is giving a safety inside the plane, the plane is about to push back and the plane is headed to take off. And in the meantime, Roger says, alright, ATC, since we're now taking off, we're starting to push back. We are now taxiing to the runway at the bridge. And the ATC says, Air Desmane here and I'm representing the ATC says, okay, you may now clear for departure. We're now taking off to the runway at the right, near the bridge. So you're heading now right to the turn. Pushback cart is about to remove and out to the runway. And Air Desmane says, okay. Once the pushback is completed and the cart is detached, we are now ready to take off. And then the plane is about to take off and Roger gives checks to the ATC. Roger says the captain says to the ATC, hello ATC, we're now checked for takeoff now. We're now taking off to our runway first. We're taxiing to the runway. And the ATC says, Air Desmane here and I'm representing the ATC. I'll see, you're on the radar now, so the no plane is taking off. You may now clear takeoff. Have a safe flying. And Roger says the captain says, okay. And once the cabin crew gives all the safety, now everyone, the captain says, hello, this is Captain Roger, and we're taking off Greater Rockford International Airport to the flight and we're doing a cruising altitude. Thank you. And once again, the plane is about to taxi to the runway. When the plane taxiing to the runway, the plane is about to head to the runway first. When the plane is headed to the runway, the plane is about to taxi to the runway. Right, everyone? Yes! You're the plane and the British color, yes! And once you're the plane into the airplane, oh yes, we're going to rush. Finally, then you use laptop and turn on airplane mode. Once everyone turns on the airplane mode, because you cannot fly a plane without the airplane mode, or else the airplane will be service signal. So anyway, the airplane is taxiing to the runway. And the ATC man says, okay, go now for turn right. You're now going on to taxiing to this runway at here. Here on the bridge runway, you're now taxiing to right. Go to the right, go to the left. Taxi to the left, and to the right. Always because the wind direction is here. Because here, you remember that the wind direction is south, okay? The wind direction is south here because the airplane needs to take off at the right wind direction. So anyways, the airplane's wind direction is south. The airplane is about to take off now because the wind direction is south. And this is why we know it. And that's how we know it. And all working checks to the ATC. ATC, you are now clearing for takeoff to Greater Rockford International Airport. We're now taxiing to the runway. And you're just being taken to Okay, you're now clear for takeoff, but be careful, do not trust the airplane and please try to stay. You're now headed to fly at the night, and you're now taxiing the runway. The wind direction is south. Now the same script. You're taking here 9% of the picture of this and outer report, and once the cabin crew was taken, was the winner of this place in the gate, the airplane was taken off, and then now, airplane was taking off. Let's go! Airplane's taking off now, and the airplane's taking off at the speed. And airplane's taking off. Airplane's taking off at the speed. Once the airplane is taken off, the airplane takes off and goes up to the sky. And once the airplane takes off, says, and the airplane gear was down and the oxygen was there, ding! And the exit sign button was gone because the airplane was taken off. Because the airplane was taken off now. Airplane was taken off now. In the thing, the airplane was taken off. Airplane was taken off now to Greater Rockford and then said to the ATC where or the ATC were headed to Greater Rockford. And the ATC said, okay, you're now headed to takeoff. And once again the airplane is cruising altitude. The flaps have been down and then holds the altitude. And then the seatbelt sign is turned off. Ding! And then the cabin crew prepares to serve food. So hello, sir, you might order food. When the cabin crew order food, we enjoy this airplane now, and this airplane is waiting to Greater Rockford. So when the airplane will headed to Greater Rockford and waited for the Greater Rockford because Greater Rockford is far originally. So we waited now, the airplane goes to Greater Rockford and continues their flight. Yes, nice story! Yes. Story in English for the next.
The airplane headed bound to Greater Rockford. And what's currently altitude? About okay, the speed is about 20. Alright.
And in the meantime, the plane is headed towards Greater Rockford at the midnight zone.
Qatar, yeah. That's Qatar Airways.
Qatar Airways Flight 1623 is headed to Greater Rockford.
Right. And now we're currently going to Greater Rockford. And I think is that a Airbus C or
This is called Airbus A350. So once upon a time, the Airbus A350 Qatar is taking off to Greater Rockford.
I see. That's the thing for and now we're going to Greater Rockford.
Alright, you're definitely here now. The potential that already did it. We're now waiting. The Greater Rockford airplane is headed now. The Qatar Airways headed to Greater Rockford. So in the meanwhile, the Qatar Airways will land too. But now, the seatbelt sign turned on says ding! And the captain says, for land left, Greater Rockford is not there, so please land your seatbelt.
Okay, thank you.
Rockford ATC says, okay, but please be careful because there's some side turbulence. You see? Side turbulence! You see there's side. Careful landing! Once the airplane is landed to the greater Rockford, the ATC man says there's side turbulence. Yes, I told you! And there, please careful! Alright, we're taking the co-pilot says. We're taking the co-pilot here and please be careful. We're now having a sharp turbulence. Please, we're going to land in ATC. We're now landing in and ATC says, okay, but please be careful and right and land in the right runway. You're now landing at Greater Rockford International Airport. Pilot, do your best. And then now, the airplane will land us at the Greater Rockford International Airport. And then there was terrible turbulence. And then the captain alright, terrible turbulence. Please fasten your seatbelts and hold tight. We're now landing now.
1,000.
And the airplane here, the destination here and measure protection at the Tokyo International Airport at the gate 8 and there's a counter on the front. And once the airplane is about to land, we are now about to enjoy this airplane's opportunity where the airplane is landing. Meanwhile, when the airplane is about to land, watch first when the airplane is ready to land. Once they headed on the sunrise way, and up here the destination and these friends on the first class and economic class, they're listening here and I'm over there and woohoo! We're in the sunrise! Yeah! I think we're ready for the beach. And now, once again, we're headed to the sunrise. Then, over to the was ready to land now. And then the airplane is headed to land into the Greater Rockford International Airport from Origi to Greater Rockford destination is going to be successful. So anyways, we are now landing at the Greater Rockford International Airport. For that, we are now enjoying a boat view. And then they landed and opened the landing gear up and now we're landing on the Greater Rockford Airport. The OCC captain said to me, okay, please, we are now clear for landing to taxi to the runway. And the airplane suddenly will land.
300. Minimum 200.
And then they make a crossing also, crossing landing also.
100. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard.
And the airplane landed. And Rose the captain says, ladies and gentlemen, we just landed at the Greater Rockford International Airport and thank you for choosing Qatar Flight 1622. And now, please wait and please fasten your seatbelts and don't forget your seatbelt until the seatbelt sign is turned off. And please don't go outside until the exit door once standing and the door is closed. Welcome to Greater Rockford International Airport and thank you for choosing flight and flight. And your destination here and I'm represented at the counter of Japan International Airport, and once they're landed to the Greater Rockford International Airport, they all say of their destination and the airplane says, hooray! We're landed! And then now, once they headed to the landing now, they always headed to landing on the Greater Rockford International Airport. So please, don't interrupt this live stream. And this is why you're knowing about it. And then now, once again, they all headed to the runway where the plane is about to park. And then now, the plane is about to head into the parking runway. And airplane headed to the parking runway. In the meantime, the plane is enjoying the sunrise. Well, the plane was enjoying the sunrise and then passed to the runway, and the airplane was passing to the runway. And in the meanwhile, airplane is passing to the runway first. And once the airplane is landed now at the Greater Rockford International Airport, the airplane is docking to the gate first. And then once airplane landed into Greater Rockford International Airport, and then now the seatbelt sign turned off says ding, and the flight attendant says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we just now docked at the gate, and please unfasten your seatbelts." And the exit lights up. Ding! Please don't go until the doors open, and please get all your please stow your bags now. And we're enjoying this flight, and thank you for choosing Qatar Flight 1623. And that's all of the story. Reader Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and that's all for the story. And Reader Desmain and his friends are going down now and going up out on the gate. And the story is the end. And they go happily ever after. The end! Hooray! Woo! Yes! Nice story! Woo! Nice story! Yay! Do you enjoy the story? Yes! And the airplane is now safely landed. So now, that's all for the story. Here, Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend that the gate of Qatar Airways Flight 16213 or so is landed. Now, at the counter of the front. Now, before the story is ended, and now let's sing "You Can Always Go Around."
New Old Spice.
Well, there I was that one fine Sunday afternoon, just me and my airplane in a little airport we'd never been to before. We were on short final and nothing was looking right. I was seeing red over red and white over white. I couldn't seem to remember how that saying went anyway, but I was staring straight down at the runway, and all I could think of was I was setting myself up to ungraciously dismantle this perfectly good little airplane, and then off in the distance I heard a voice, and I think it was that of my flight instructor saying, "You can always go around. You can always go around if it don't look right coming down. Don't wait until you're sideways, maybe sliding on the ground. You can always go around." I know back when I learned to fly, my instructor was yelling in my ear how we're in carpet cold, climb out and pitch, flaps to go, take it round the patch one more time again. But I know now he was showing me that just because the nose is pointing down, if it doesn't look right, give it one more try. You can always go around. You can always go around if it don't look right coming down. sliding upside down. You can always go around. You're coming in. You see you're high and fast, but your mind is set on somehow getting down. The runway leads to grass that leads into trees. Little beads of sweat are dripping from your brow. You still got time. Simply change your mind. Would sure be nice to fly this plane again. With the wings still straight, this ain't no place to hesitate. Pitch and power, gear and flaps. Hey, go around! You can always go around. If it don't look right coming down, don't wait until you're silent, baby, sliding on the ground. You can always go around. You can always go around. If it don't look right coming down, don't wait until you're silent, baby, sliding on the ground. You can always go around. You can always go around. If it don't look right coming down, don't wait until you're silent, baby, sliding on the ground. You can always go around. You can always go around. If it don't look right coming down, don't wait until you're sideways, baby, sliding upside down. You can always go around. If it don't look right coming down, don't wait until you're sideways, baby, sliding on the ground. You can always go around. You can always go around. If it don't look right.
A radar that's main here and I'm your pretend friend, and the story is now adjourned. This is why we know about you can always go around. It means you can always go around him. A radar desk main here and I'm your pretend friend at the right left turn of Cartwright Event Center. We are now moving on to Taagi na Eastern Tower. A-Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the Takinakistan Tower. Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. So, before we start the story here in Takinakistan Tower, since we're done PTFS and more, we're now moving on to best that you can do. A-Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. We are now moving on to the story in Takinakistan Tower. The stories. So now we're done in stories of all games, and now we're moving on to Takinakistan Tower. Once upon a time, there was Rover 308 was going to the elevator to Takinakistan Tower. And Rover Tuesday wants to ride says Rover Tuesday says, I want to ride this elevator. And Rover Tuesday goes to roof garden. And then says Rover Tuesday says, yes, roof garden, here we come. And the elevator goes up now in the roof garden. And Rover Tuesday is waiting until Rover Tuesday reaches the desired floor. And Rover Tuesday says, whoa, 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 we're going up to the roof garden. And Rover Tuesday says, where? We have arrived at the roof garden. And then Rover Tuesday was arrived at the roof garden. And that's all of the story of Takinaki Stand Tower. Rover Tuesday in the roof garden. Hey, Reader Dasmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. And do you like this story? Yes! The end. The story is the end now. So, guys, since we're done in Takinaki Stand Tower, we will now about to sing our thing. Hey, Radar Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of Cartwright Event Center. Since we're done in Takinaki Stand Tower, this is a short story or so. Rover Tuesday goes to the roof garden. So, anyways, we will about to go to the thing. For our next thing, the Song of Root. Song of Root is about to begin. And this is the Robloxian Church song.
Wherever you go, I shall go. Wherever you live, so shall I live. Your people will be my people, and your God
Raider Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. So now, since we're done in the Robloxian church, that's why we're done in Robloxian church now. So the Roblox church, that's the Song of Ruth and the religious songs in the church. So now, church is once again what the church said earlier. Church is a place of worship, like what it said earlier. So, anyways, we are now moving on to our next game and meeting up. A Radar Desmain here. Now, I'm your pretend friend, and now we're now moving on to the Desmain rulers meeting up, and we're moving on for the rule of Signal Server Data Mainframe, where the ruler of Signal Server Data Mainframe was there. Please let us all rise for the welcoming honor, and we will ring the bell. Oh, da 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 Aerator Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and I'm the ruler of the Signal Server Data Mainframe. So I'm sitting in the royal throne, and I have a crown. And I have a detonator remote. So here we go. We are now ruling of the Signal Server Data Mainframe. The signal broadcast of the stories was there. So since we are now done for the lock official and then the songs and more, we are now moving on to our meet. In this meetup season, we will now move on to our special occasion for today. This is about to begin. And then now, this one was there to begin, and this is why we always know about this. And this is why we are always there to gatherings, enjoyables, and supportatives to all of us and enjoying. In this thing, we are now moving on to our thing for the rule of Signal Server Data Mainframe. Now, when there was a magic that comes there. Well, you remember. Now, detonate remote, fire the fireworks! Now that and look up to the sky! Hear the swinger! Woo! All sit down. Sorry, all sit down. Sorry, we all sit down now. Sorry, we didn't say that. Alright, guys. Here this. Oh, sorry. Aerator Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and I'm sitting on the royal throne, and we have ruling. I'm the ruler of the Signal Server Data Mainframe. Now, and look up to the sky. We're now singing A Tale of the Brave.
When I'm with you, we rock and we roll. You make me happy, you make me bold. Nothing is hard, cause I'm feeling safe. This is our song, our tale of the brave. Good friends will stay right by your side. Tell you the truth and not tell you a lie. Talk with you, play with you, always be fair. Just be someone who cares. When I'm with you, we rock and we roll. You make me happy, you make me bold. Nothing is hard, cause I'm feeling safe. This is our song, our tale of the brave. I can do anything when you are here. Walk through the darkness and feel no fear. Buffer to buffer and wheel by wheel. Best of friends, that's how I feel. When I'm with you, we rock and we roll. You make me happy, you make me bold. Nothing is hard, cause I'm feeling safe. This is our song, our tale of the brave.
The signal server data mainframe was fine, and then they controlled the normal state with the powers, and then look up to the sky!
When I'm with you, we rock and we roll. You make me happy, you make me bold. Nothing is hard, cause I'm feeling safe. This is our song, our tale of the brave. When I'm with you, we rock and we roll. You make me happy, you make me bold. Nothing is hard, cause I'm feeling safe. This is our song, our tale of the brave. This is our song, our tale of the brave.
Hello, 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 hello. Hey Raider, Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and I'm the ruler of Signal Server Data Mainframe. That's why I'm sitting in the royal throne. So now, chair. So this is why we are now on today. So for our next thing of the stories for today, we will move on to Baldi's stories and the answers. Before we start the Baldi, we will sing the Living Tombstone. Editor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend and ruler of the Signal Server Data mainframe. And we are now moving on to Baldi. For our next story is Baldi, and we are now enjoying for the time. Thank you.
Please try and do worse, though. I need to.
Editor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and we are about to start the story. Once upon a time. For our story for today is Baldi's Great Day. Once upon a time, Baldi was going to class. But, they said, what Eric Desmain says, the class is closed today. You may not go in. It's free time, and Baldi says, yay! Since Baldi have great day, Baldi have lots of scraps and black coolers. And then they go outside. And Baldi was there to find them. And Baldi was exploring the house.
No drinking in the hall.
And then, today's Baldi's great day and fixing Editor Desmain's programming. Today's Baldi's great day and teaching them. And Baldi's great day is so much fun. And what's up? And then sometimes Baldi was destroying the And that's all for today. Editor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend, and that's all for the story of that Baldi. And this is only a short story, Baldi's great day. So that's how we know it, that there's no classes for today. Thank you. Editor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of Archride Event Center. We are now moving on for our next thing, the Thomas Wooden Railway. Editor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. And now, before we start the Thomas Wooden Railway stories, let's sing the Thomas Anthem.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine, hip 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 hooray!
Alright.
Chugga chugga chug chug chuff chuff chuff, he rides along the way. And when you hear that whistle, it can only be one train. Our favorite little engine, Thomas is his name. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. He's a really useful engine with a heart that's big and strong. He chugga chugga chuff chuffs, working hard, helping everyone. Thomas, he has lots of friends, and you can be one too. Just clap, clap, clap and sing along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. There's Gordon and Henry, Edward, James and Toby, Annie and Clarabelle. Don't forget Percy, Terence and Bertie, Hazel, Duck and Daisy. Lots more friends for you. He's always up to mischief, that cheeky little train. He chugga chuff chuffs everywhere. He's always playing games. The fat controller scolds him, but he loves him just the same. Our favorite little engine, Thomas is his name. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine's rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas, we love you. Thomas, we love you.
Hey Reader, Desmane here, and I'm your pretend friend. Now, since we're done in the Thomas Anthem, hold it down. Since we're done in Thomas Anthem, we will about to say a story. Once upon a time, Thomas the Wooden Railway is there. Let's begin the story. Thomas Wooden Railway story. Once upon a time, Thomas goes slow down when going to the hill. When Thomas and Fred says, "Ah!" and Thomas and Fred screaming like a baby. And Thomas said, "Switch tracks to left." By magic. And the tracks was switched left. Once upon a time, Thomas said, "Ouch! No!" Hey Reader, that's me here, and I'm your pretend friend, and that's all for the story. The end. This is a short story, short funny story. Thomas Wooden Railway went fully viral. So anyways, that's all for the story for today. Thank you. Hey Radar Desmane here, and I'm your pretend friend at the right lectern of Cartwright Event Center. And since we are done at the stories, so that's all for the stories for today. More coming soon. Since we are done now, we will about to move on to sing closing time. Let us all stand for the closing time and the music answers. Everyone sing! Irritor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend. Remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem. Irritor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend for today. Since we are done now on this live stream, and that's all for today, more coming soon. We already discovered IITBP and more, so more coming soon. So guys, that's all of this live stream and the end. So anyways, thank you. All sit down. Irritor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend friend at the right lecture of Cartridge Event Center. And that's all. Everyone say thank you. Thank you, Irritor Desmain here, and I'm pretend crowd here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Irritor Desmain here, and I'm your pretend crowd here. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye, everyone. Irritor Desmain here, and bye-bye, everyone. I'm your pretend friend. Bye. See you soon.
Bye bye, Rovers channel. Thank you for watching.